Hi everyone, Coach Eli here, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell and selecting all notifications so that way I can help you accomplish whatever it is that your heart or hearts desire. All right, so today I'm going to be discussing a topic that's relevant primarily around the holiday season, which is where we're at right now. But if you're coming across this video sometime down the road, the same things can apply, and it's involving burnout. So let's talk about it, okay? How to overcome holiday burnout. Okay, are the holidays burning you out? Here's how to overcome this. Here's how to rectify that situation. I'm going to share a little bit about how my lady I've been seeing for almost 4 months now has been handling this. It's the perfect example because obviously I spend most of my time with her as most of my free time, that is, not all my time. I'm producing videos like they're out of style. So don't get me wrong. We don't spend every day together, but I spend most of my free time with her as, any guy should if you're in a relationship. If not, why are you in one, right? I got a text message, from my lady today. And, I've been talking with her about some things she's been experiencing at work, and things that she's been experiencing with her friends, and things she's been experiencing with her family. And I've been just telling her to rise above all of the negativity, rise above all the stupidity, right? Be the better person no matter what happens. And she sent me a text message earlier today, the day I'm recording this video. This will be released on the weekend. And she said, I don't know how much more I can take of this, right? And see, most guys wouldn't know how to handle that. This is the way to handle that, okay? She was saying, I don't know how much more I can rise above this, right? And I said, look, I got back to her, I sent her a text, and I said, babe, okay, it's the holiday season. It's the most overwhelming part of the year, and she actually works in retail management, and the holiday season, which is what I'm trying to say, is the busiest time of the year for retail. I did it for almost 18 years, so let me tell you, I am just glad to be self-employed, and with no disrespect to you, babe, I'm just glad I'm not in retail anymore. It can get really, really crazy. But what I told her is, I said, look, there's less than a week left, during the holiday season. Christmas is right around the corner, and I believe this video will be released right around Christmas. It may even be Christmas Day I release this, or the 24th or 25th. Not quite sure yet. One of those days. But, the holiday season's about to end, and then we're starting a new year in 2022, and it's all going to slow down. But in the meantime, I didn't tell her this. I'm going to share more with her, obviously, when we talk by phone later tonight. But this is what you do in this situation where you're in the holiday season and everybody wants your attention, your family, your friends, right? Your job wants you to work more hours, right? Everybody's trying to take to take your time. They're trying to get as much of your time as possible. And you have to understand and realize that you are one person and there's only so many hours in a day that you can give your time to, right? So how do you handle this, right? Okay. You have to prioritize what's most important to you, right? You have to prioritize what's most important to you. Like my lady, used to go to the bar almost every night because one of her friends is a bartender and she just likes hanging out with her friend, right? But what would happen when she would go to the bar? She would drink a little more, and and the more that she would drink, the more it would just drain her energy and make her tired. The more money she would spend or waste, right? And then she would go there And the bartender and other, bar rats, which is what I like to call them at the bars, other people would sit there and dwell their misery and just, share, their miserable stories. And it would just bring her more down than she already was. She's been trying to turn things around for herself, right? And I told her, I said, look, the only way you're going to rise above this is to remove yourself from those situations, right? Okay? Because if you in your head and heart know that you are better than those types of people, and I'm not trying to criticize those people. There is such a thing as low-life scumbags, bar rats, trashy type of people, right? Okay. If you want to rise above those people, you have to withdraw from those people, because those people are energy and time sucks. All those people want is to vomit their misery onto you and to have someone to drink with and to just hang out with, right? And then once they get that from you, then they can go home and sleep away their miserable, pathetic life, right? Okay. But my lady started to realize lately that it's just not worth it. So she was at the bar the other day and she told me, I bought a beer and I had a few sips of it. And I told the bartender to, just close my tab. I just want to go home. And the bartender was wondering, what's wrong? What's going on? I just want to go home and be with my dogs and have time to myself. She got overwhelmed. My lady is just like how most people are, until they figure this out. We want to please everyone. We want to spend as much time with everyone as possible. We want to give as much as possible to everyone. Like my lady has some friends that have kids, and she actually likes to buy these, kids presents and help out those mothers, right? And in the past, when she made, a lot more money than she's making now, she was able to more so afford it. Now, that her money's a little bit more tight for the time being, she's not able to do that. And what's happening? Those friends are lashing out. They're getting upset. They're saying that, oh, you don't spend any time with me anymore and this and that, right? Okay. You need to remove yourself from those situations because, number one, those people really truly aren't your friends. They're just using you, for a sounding board or financial help, right? And they're not giving anything back in return, right? The people that are worthy of your time are going to reciprocate what you give, right? One of the best ways to figure out if someone is worthy of your time and you should prioritize your time with them is, what are they reciprocating based on what you're giving? Now, you should always give to give and not give to get, right? You always give with that expectation, right? But, if you're not getting any reciprocation based on what you're giving to certain people, if you're not getting any reciprocation from them, then you need to withdraw because you're spinning your wheels, you're wasting your time. It's not a productive use of your time. And it's just going to make you more burned out than you already are. It's going to emotionally drain you. There's nothing that drains people more, whether you're a man or a woman, than emotional drain. Now, women are emotional beings all day, every day, naturally and biologically. And while men, we usually we're supposed to process things more logically first. We do have emotions. And I will tell you, the one thing as a man that I try to avoid the most is being involved in drama or anything that's going to heighten and raise my emotions. It's going to make me emotionally overloaded, right? I basically try to avoid those situations at all costs because it's the thing that sucks my energy and drains my energy dry quicker than anything, right? And so if I'm hanging around those types of people that are emotionally draining me, it's wearing me down to the point of where I can't do what I was going to do for myself. Like there are times where I've wanted to record a couple of videos and I may be hanging out with family or friends or my lady or someone. No disrespect to you, lady, or my lady, and no disrespect to you. I'm just saying that there are times where people have sucked my emotional energy so dry and I fed into it. And I've raised my voice a little bit, which I typically try not to do. I usually handle things very calmly. when I do that, it wears me out so much to the point of where I have no energy left for the rest of the day to do what I was supposed to do for myself to get myself ahead, right? So, that in my opinion, or all of this in my opinion, is the best way to cure the burnout. You have to focus and prioritize on things that are going to make you happy. You want to prioritize people that are going to reciprocate what you give. You want to prioritize people that are in a good place and healthy place mentally and emotionally. And you want to remove yourself from the bar rats, from the, people that have sunk into depression and are just going to the bar to drink their sorrows away, or always just gonna, talk about negative things when you're around them. Your friends and your family and your loved ones, people you're dating or married to, those people you hang around with, they're supposed to be the happiness of your life, right? And if you're hanging around people that are not happy, those people are not fun to be with. And you're going to focus and waste more of your energy on trying to bring them to your level of being happy, to the point of where it's just going to drain you and not make you happy. So you have to focus on surrounding yourself with positive people that are like-minded, share similar interests, and have a happy outlook towards life, and remove yourself from all negativity. And it's not easy to do because many of us have had longtime friends that behave this way and that are very draining. And initially we became their friend because we didn't know they were that way, or maybe we were going through something initially that they're still going through, or we're going through at that time as well, right? But even if you connect with someone and make a friendship based off of both going through something traumatic, right? Okay, and you both are going to be in a negative state for a little bit. At some point, both of you are going to need to rise above it to get your life back on track. And what typically happens is, one of those two friends will rise above the other friend first, and then will realize that that friend that didn't rise above it along with them is now draining more of their energy. And now that friend that still wants to stay in a negative state, that sees you happy, is going to try to suck you back in with unhappiness, because she feels or he feels that you shouldn't be happy if they can't be happy. Well, they can be happy if they choose to be happy. And if they choose to not rise above it and be happy, then you need to withdraw from them and show them, hey, you know what, I can't do this anymore. If you're going to have a shit attitude and it's going to be, a negative situation to be around you, if it's always going to be just draining and negative to be around you, I'm sorry. I love you. I care about you. Been friends for a while, but I just can't be around this negativity anymore. When you decide to rise above it and become a happier person, I'd be happy to hang out with you again. Until then, I wish you the best. Take care. That's all you can do. And they're going to still try to suck you back in to their vortex, but you got to be strong and move on and rise above it. And that's going to prevent you from burning out. I will tell you folks, if you let people get to you emotionally, if you let people emotionally trigger you and get to you no matter what happens, that's going to drain your energy the most. When people try to trigger you and they try to suck you down to their level because they see you rising above it and they haven't gotten there yet, okay, you just need to walk away from that. Okay, you need to ignore it. And when you walk away from it and they still try coming at you, okay, you need to keep ignoring it. Eventually, they're going to get tired. What happens when a baby doesn't get its way? The baby starts to cry and yell and scream, right? So what do you do in that situation, right? You put the baby in the crib and you let the baby cry on its own, right? And you don't give it any attention. Sure, you got to keep an eye on the baby from a distance because it's a baby, right? It's your responsibility, right, as a parent, right? But you leave the baby in the crib and let the baby scream at the top of its lungs, and you don't give the baby anything. And at some point, the baby will realize, I'm shredding my lungs and my vocal cords and all that, and I'm not getting anything. And then the baby will run out of energy. Oh my God, I'm tired. I can't whine and complain anymore. And if that happens like 2 or 3 times where the baby's crying because they're trying to get something and they get their way, right? Okay, after 2 or 3 times of you, the parent, not giving into what the baby wants, you're going to teach the baby a lesson that, hey, if you keep doing this, you're not going to get anything, right? And then eventually they'll learn. That's the same way you need to teach your friends that haven't risen above this and want to keep sucking you back into their negativity because they haven't risen above it yet you have, and they're just jealous that they can't be at your level. Okay, so that's from the wrap this video here today. I hope you folks all learned something new. I like I've been saying throughout all my videos that I've been sharing this week regarding Christmas and all that. Have a very Merry Christmas and a happy 2022 New Year. Please be safe and sane. Don't drink and drive. If you want to reach out to me for collaborative purposes, if you're another coach or a psychologist, and you feel like we can collaborate in some way, shape, or form, I'm looking to do some amazing collaborations in 2022. Please go below in the description and email me at coach.eli@coach.eliasmelas.com. With that being said, have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. And please, as always, be good to each other.